All right. So welcome to the New Patient Group Digital Marketing Mastermind. This is our first one. So those that are here right now, we can see your names, no faces, but if you will keep your keep your audio muted for just the time being. We're going to go through all of these different topics on how to create Instagram Reels and accomplish these different types of things. And at the very end, we will definitely take questions, and we'll be able to go over anything you guys may have, that you're concerned about or you have questions about. But we are just going to dive right in, make sure that we can hit a good time frame and that there's plenty of time for us to chat after. So we're going to go and dive right in here. Let me go ahead and share my screen. I was like, here we go. All right, good deal. So this is our Instagram Reels boot camp. This is the first installment of this presentation here, but we will be covering a ton of different things as we keep going. Hopefully we'll be able to do this every 6 weeks, maybe every couple of months, just to be able to go over different things that we need to learn, and that we want to coach you guys on, really to keep that needle moving. So let's talk basics here. Getting started. When we are looking at Instagram Reels, first off, we want to make sure that we shoot in portrait mode. So obviously this is our phone up and down. This is definitely different than what we normally teach. That's right. Yes, exactly. When we are talking about videos and whatnot, most of the time we want to shoot in landscape because this is what's best for YouTube. But considering that we are going to be doing Instagram Reels, it's going to be up and down. Your reel can be 30 seconds max. So that is kind of, keeping in mind that whatever it is you're doing, you're going to be working within those bounds. It'll be 30 seconds. So the content that you shoot on TikTok, for example, you can take that, download it, and put it on Instagram Reels. If you shoot something in Instagram Reels, you can download it and put it on TikTok. Sometimes there's some issues with the audio not being able to download and keep with that video, but ultimately, if you can do it, then you can share between the platforms. That's something that we can talk a little bit more in depth about, and kind of different ideas related to that. But if you're shooting the content, at the end of the day, we want you to use it. And so get that up on your Instagram Reels platform. Now, remember, there is a direct correlation to the content that you post and the engagement you receive. So when we look at what Reels is doing for our clients and then, other people outside of the business, it's really showing an increase in engagement, reach, follower count. Instagram is rewarding these accounts that are using that part of the platform, and shows it to people that you would never be able to interact with. So do post a reel that's fun and entertaining, inspiring, and using these different things that we're going to be talking about today in order to really see that moving of the needle when it comes to our social media engagement and really, the effort that we're putting into. And so that's why we're doing this. We're doing this because we want you guys to succeed. And as we grow with you and your patients, and as you grow as people that are interacting with social media, we want to make sure that we give you the tools for success. And so all of our social media specialists are on today. We're so excited to get started, and we're going to dive right in. Avery is going to start off. She is our website project manager, but also an amazing team member of ours that has a lot of experience with Reels and Instagram social media management. So Avery, you can go ahead and take it from here. If you'll share your screen, I'll go ahead and stop mine.
Yeah, absolutely. Let me see how to do this. Oh, it says that you have disabled it, Haley. Can you enable it for me?
That's me disabling, just disabling you guys from doing this here. There you go.
It happens. It happens. There we go. Beautiful, beautiful. Well, hello, everybody. Like Haley said, thank you for being on here today. I know that I don't always get to interact with our social media clients, so it's always really fun to be able to talk with y'all and kind of coach y'all on these really, really awesome techniques to grow your online presence. So something that I absolutely love doing, as I'm sure we all do, is after a long day, sitting on your couch and scrolling. However, you can scroll and still be working. For example, it's important to scroll through Instagram Reels to look for common trends. So you'll see here, I'm scrolling, and you just find those important trends. If you hear the same audio a couple of times, that should be a clue. Oh, let me go in and save this audio, which I will show you how to do at the end of this video. So you go to save audio, you want to click this little square right here, the music sign. You're gonna click that, and then it'll give you the option to save the audio right here. So I like to go through, scroll, and when I hear an audio being used quite frequently, save that audio for future use. Something else that I really like to do is to save a reel for later. So for example, let's say you see a trend that's being used quite often. You can click, I'll show you here in just a second. You can click these three buttons right here and press save. So I'll go ahead and repeat that since the audio was a little bit loud. You see these three buttons right here. You're going to want to click it and then click save. Now what you can do then is if you're laying on the couch and you're scrolling and whatnot, and you think, oh, that's a really cool trend, I want to do that, and don't want to run the risk of forgetting about it, you can save it for future use. So there are my kind of tips and tricks on how to ensure you're staying up to date on all trends, audio, dances, and remember, have fun with it. If you see something and you have an idea about how to, emphasize your unique qualities, definitely do that. Instagram is a social media. It's meant to be social. It's meant to be fun. So have fun with it. And Natalie's going to take it away from here.
Hi guys, thanks Avery. My name is Natalie. I am a social media expert here at NPG. I may already have had the pleasure of meeting some of you, maybe not. So hello, if you've never met me. This part of the presentation, we will be going over adjusting video audio. So let's get into this. Let me move all of this stuff. So adjusting video audio. So sometimes you might take a reel video where you will be adding the audio on top of it that you had saved, like Avery was showing you. But there's a little bit of background noise, there's people talking, saying, okay, go, that kind of thing. We don't want that in the video, right? We just want to hear the cool music and the trendy music. So this is how you will do that. So first of all, we're going to open up our Instagram app. So let's say you recorded something not on Instagram, you want to upload it. So let's do that. So here I'm going to import one of my videos that I've already taken, right? So there we go. It's imported into Reels. So here we are at your editing phase. So at the top here, you'll see this little music note. That is what you will press to get to our audio editing settings. So here are our audio controls. So for the volume here, let me see if I can get this smaller. The volume here, we have your in video volume, and then we have our effects volume. So this will be, if you add a sound to your video, this will be where you can make it louder or quieter. And there might be situations where you'll want the audio just in the background while you have your voice talking, and that's how you will get the sound quieter. But then other times, like I said, you want zero audio from the original video, and that's where you can do that here. So it's just like on your iPhone where you adjust brightness and audio on your iPhone, same thing, same toggle. And then let's say you wanted to add a cool effect to your video, a filter, something you saved in a similar way on Instagram. It's going to be these three little sparkles at the top. So you can click that. And then from here, you can just scroll through all your different little effects and filters, and you can play around with this. I know for Halloween, there was some cute ones that made everything super orange for fall. So, there's use cases for that. All right, so that is it for my part of this presentation. Next up, we have Mandy, right? Okay, David.
Yes, that'll be
Yeah.
David.
David. Okay, he's going to be showing you how to add text to videos.
And just interrupt real quick, David, you know, what we're looking at as far as this, the order of things that are happening, this is really, if you were just going to create a reel in the practice at the, you know, whether it be at that time or you're kind of making based off of some other videos that you had previously created, this is the general flow and layout of how it would happen and kind of the order of operation, so to speak. So you can follow this exact layout and really be able to present that Instagram reel really well. So yeah, just to add that real quick, but go on, David. We're excited to see what you have here for us.
All right, so after you're done, you know, messing with the audio, adding a filter to your video, it's going to take you to the next part, which is adding and editing text to video. So this is a little bit technical, so follow along. I'll move pretty slowly. So in this example, I'm going to use a video that I just captured within Reels. So it's not one that I'm importing like Natalie did. This is sort of, you're in the office, you're live shooting something. So we'll just capture, we'll say 10 seconds of this beautiful rock. Gorgeous, right? Okay, so
Yeah.
once we have it captured, oh, it skipped on. So to proceed with adding text, you can click the double A's up top in the top right corner. So you see up in the top right, there's a capital A and a lowercase a. You can tap that or just tap anywhere on the screen. So as you see, I tap on the screen, I just start typing. So I'm showing you that example. So, you know, what is this? Instagram actually offers you a couple different options. You click the A with the stars, you'll see it lighting up. There's a black background, there's a white background, and then there's a background with nothing on it. I'll go back so you guys can see that more. So this is sort of used, if you have a dark background, you maybe want to put the white behind it, makes it pop. If you have a brighter background or a brighter image, put the black on the back, that makes it pop as well. And if it doesn't matter, they do offer you that there's no colored background on the text. So also, as you see on this bottom part of the, above the keyboard, there's different fonts and text styles that you can choose from. So you'll see I toggle through, hang on, give me 1 second. You'll see it toggle through right here. So there's different styles, different, you know, kinds of vibes you can go with. Beyond that, you'll see the color wheel up on the top. That changes the color of your text. So it's just a simple click. You'll see the colors. You'll see it change live. You just drag your finger and it shows you whatever color scheme you want. So to move anything around, it's just a simple touch and drag. So you can drag to any position that you like. As you see, I find my right position about right here. And there we are. So you see, as I start playing the video, it gives me a time bar or sort of a, sorry, I went backwards. You'll see a time bar that gives you duration. So that front, you know, that left side is where you start the text. The right side is where you end the text. It's a simple touch and drag. So you can drag it halfway through your video. You can drag it all the way to your video, or even just for a second or two. So as you see, I want this to just be a call and answer. So I want it to be half the video. So what is this? And then my answer will appear under that. So I do the same thing as I did last time, touch the screen, type it. Now I want to really emphasize something. You see how the top one's faded out now? That's in direct correlation to your duration of the text at the bottom. So if that text bar was pulled all the way and that what is this was the whole clip, then that would still be, you know, bright and on the screen. When it's faded out like that, it's basically telling you that that is earlier on in the video. So don't freak out if you're like, why is this blanked out now? What is going on? That just means that you've set that and it's past that point, but it's telling you that it's there at one point in the video. So that's a little confusing at first, but once you kind of do it once or twice, you realize that it actually helps you because you know where things are located. You're not going to overlap anything. You're not going to, you know, mess it up or anything. So as you see at the very bottom as well, my two text options have two boxes. And when I click one of them, it highlights white. That is how you alter the duration of either piece of text back and forth. So if you want to keep adjusting, if you want to move stuff around, those are the two buttons you click. And as you can see, I'm kind of doing that. I'm getting rid of that first part. So boom, so that's where my answer pops in. If I toggle back to the what is this, it's going to show me the duration of that clip. So it's really easy. Honestly, it's a lot of just touching, dragging, moving along with your finger. And I think, I just shot this rock at my house just as an example, but that would be a great exercise for you guys, is just say, hey, I'm just going to shoot my grandkid, or I'm going to shoot my kid, or I'm going to shoot my sister with my camera. And I'm going to practice putting a text bubble on my Instagram reel example. And through that, you'll come to realize that it's simple and it's made to be very user-friendly. And obviously, if you have any questions, the entire social media management team is on board to help you. Reach out on Slack, reach out via text or an email. We'd be more than happy to have one-on-one sessions with you guys. We'd be more than happy to have a group session, which I think Haley alluded to earlier. So so with that, I think I'm done. We're going to move on to Mandy, and she's going to show us how to save a draft. So thank you guys.
Okay, can you guys hear me okay? Awesome. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and share my screen real quick. So I see a couple of familiar names, but if you don't know me already, my name is Mandy, and I'm one of our social media specialists here at NPG. And today I'm going to be talking to you guys about recovering drafts and saving things to drafts in the first place, because something that people get stressed out with Reels and TikTok in general is the time aspect. They're like, I want to get this shot, but I don't have time to do it right now. I would like to put it away and come back to it when I have time. So Instagram and TikTok, they both make it super easy where you can start filming something now and then you can come back to it later and pick up right where you left off. And I'm going to walk you through how that works. So if you see my screen here on the left, I'm looking at just a regular Instagram feed. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to swipe over to that middle column and it'll pull up my drafts page, as you can see, or my Reels page, and you'll be able to see all the published Reels. And then if you have any drafts already saved, that's where they will appear right here. And I will go into how to save a draft in a little bit. But for now, we're going to talk about pulling up something that's already there. So this little drafts button, I'm going to go ahead and click that and it will pull up all of my drafts. In this case, I only have one. So I just grab the one that's right there. If you click on it, it'll pop right open. So as you can see, I click that and this page opens up for me and it shows you all of your options here, like if you were ready to post it. And so obviously there's nothing filled in because I'm not quite ready to post this. And I'm going to click in the top right corner. There's a blue edit button. If you click that edit button, it will pull up the option to continue to film. At this time, I want to go ahead and indicate that down at the bottom here, there is also the blue save as draft button, where if you were to open up the wrong one, or if you want to just add a caption and then come back to it again, you can hit save as draft. Once again, if it were ready to go, you could go ahead and hit share if you were wanting to save it for a specific posting time. But in this case, we're going to go ahead and click the blue edit button in the top right corner. And then when that happens, you can see that there is a option to choose, or let's see, there I clicked the cover button. That's where you can choose a cover if you were wanting to edit it at that time. But in this case, I clicked the edit button, and then when that is clicked, this screen pops up where it's showing you the clip that was already there. And then there's all the options up at the top to edit, like my other team members have already showed you how to use the text and the effects and such. But if you're wanting to add to it, you can go ahead and click the edit clips button in the bottom left. And when you click that, it's going to pop up here where it shows you the current clip that you have, and then there's an option to hit add clip right down there. When you click add clip, then it's going to pop up the familiar camera screen, and then it's just like recording a normal video. Oops, I'm sorry. Let's see.
It's so sensitive for some reason.
I know, I'm sorry.
No, you're
Trying to
fine.
figure out where I just was. Okay, so it opens up your normal camera screen where you can film another clip, and that's the same. You just push that little record button and then you stop when you're done, and then it will come up with the different clips that you have filmed. Down at the bottom, there's another option where you can hit reorder. If you decided, hey, I want to move these around, this isn't exactly how I want it to be. There you can just touch and drag. This entire thing is basically set up where you can just drag things around, and there's not really any harm in experimenting. If you are like, I'm not sure what's going to happen, there's no harm in just kind of clicking around and seeing, because almost always just clicking and dragging will do whatever you're wanting. But of course, there's the add clip button still down there. So if you're like, okay, we're going to come back to this later, you can hit the done and it'll save to drafts. But if you were wanting to pick it up again, there's the add clip button yet again. So now what I want to talk about briefly is if there are parts in your video where you're not wanting it to be included. If you click on the actual clips down here, like you'll see, I click one of these here in just a second, and it pops open a closer view at the clip. And then this is the same thing, just like the text, where you can drag and adjust the duration. That way you can cut out someone saying, okay, go, or, something like that. It allows you a lot of freedom there to fine tune the clips and cut out any nonsense that you don't want in it. And of course we have that 30-second limit too. So it's nice to kind of be able to have that freedom where you can make sure it lines up perfectly. So there, I'm just showing you that. And then I went ahead and clicked the add clip button one more time, just for another show at how that works. The screen pops up yet again, and then you just click the record button, record a couple more seconds of whatever you were wanting. If you couldn't hear me, I just said recording another second, couple more seconds of whatever you were recording. And then when you were done with that, you can hit next, and it will bring you right back to the edit screen. From here, if you're like, I don't have time to add text, I don't have time to do anything else, you can hit the save as draft button and it will save your progress. Or if you're having time, you can go in and fill anything else out if you need to. But of course, the edit button is still there and ready to go if you were not quite done, because sometimes Reels, we know you guys are busy and you don't have time to do all the ins and outs of things. And so we really wanted to emphasize that there's lots and lots of ways to customize and come back to it later if you're getting stressed or overwhelmed. I think that is everything that I have. So I'm going to go ahead and pass the torch and stop sharing my screen. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you, Mandy. So I'm going to go ahead and see if I can find my guy here. What's going on? There we go. Okay, so if we've gotten to the very end of, creating our Instagram reel, or TikTok for that matter, of course, this is also something you can, the platform is going to be different, but it's the same idea, right? We've gotten to the end. Thank you so much to the team for kind of going in depth to those different details. Great job, guys. When we're going to open this up for questions in just a second, but we're at our final stage, and we've got, as you can see on my own profile here, I've figured out how long my text, I've added everything, it's all good and it's looking beautiful, but now we're about to post. Now we've opened it back up, whether it's been a draft or not, and we are going to change the cover photo. Now, the cover photo is what we're going to see whenever we are going to the feed and we're actually investigating that Instagram account on the Reels section of the profile. This is what's going to be shown to the whole world, and that is going to be the face of that reel. So we either want to choose something that matches your brand or matches the content in which is being shot. You can choose from the actual video that is inside the reel, or you can upload your own. So I'm going to just show that real quickly here. I've got my little gal. I have a little 4-month-old video So I'm dragging just as we've talked about before, we're dragging our thumb across to be able to choose. And I can pick any one of these pictures. But do I want to pick the picture where she's like looking all crazy? No, I want to pick something that, looks a little bit more just engaging to why you would want to click on it, like this adorable little smile and her cute little hat, So that's what I want to switch it for. Now I'm dragging around. You can show that you can do that, or I can choose a photo. Now, obviously my whole life is this child and pictures of my grandmother. And I have decided the photo ahead of time of what I want. And this is the one I'm going to pick. Okay. I've got the smiling in the stroller. That's the one I want. I've added it as the cover photo, and it naturally just chooses some random part of that image. That image, as we know, is that portrait mode up and down photo. So it's longer on the top and on the bottom. What's going to decide to just throw it in the middle there. But on our feed, when we're looking through our feed of what you're basically are going to be viewing, for example, of this would be your feed, right? Just the images that you see, different than the Instagram Reels part of your feed. We want to edit that square. So in order to do that, we're going to click on, let's see. We're going to actually, after we've chosen the photo, we're going to actually click on that crop profile image button. It's going to be right there in the middle of the page there. And then I'm going to drag that picture to where I want it to be in order to have it what we want. Then I'm going to go ahead and share it to my feed. So I have updated my cover photo. I've cropped the profile image, and I'm ready to post it. Now, you do not want to add a cover photo until you are about to post, because if you do this step before and then go back and add some text or what have you, you'll actually have to do this part again. So that's why we save this for last. It's the absolute last step that you want to do. I can choose my location right here. I can do some hashtags or whatnot. But if you are a client of ours, when it comes to the Instagram Reel, we have no problem going back in and adding optimization, hashtags, maybe, crafting and curating the verbiage a little bit better. That's totally fine. You can just send us a message and say, hey, my Instagram Reel has been posted. Can you go in there and spruce it up a bit? Great. Awesome. We can handle it from there as far as the optimization is concerned. But there is a lot to be said about shooting that reel in the practice and using the actual location of where you are in the moment of posting and creation. So another reason why we're really trying to make sure that you guys are fully souped up on knowing how to use this platform. So once it's been posted, we see my little picture there in the middle of when we go through Reels on my page, then that's what we'll be able to see. And so there is definitely a appeal to being able to make that look very aesthetically pleasing. If there's an image that you need edited to use there, let us know. We can edit that image. We'll put it in the drive for you. So there is plenty to be covered there. Now, I do want to kind of go over this in just a few minutes, but I want to pause here and allow you guys to turn on your audio, turn on your video if you want, turn on your microphone and ask some questions and make sure that we can assist you in anything. So along this journey, has there been one of our social media specialists that have said something that you would like them to kind of go over one more time, go into a little bit more detail, anything that you've been confused about? You may have been using your phone at the time and messing around with the Reels, and you might have run into a bit of an issue. Is there any questions from anyone? We want to take the time to work with you guys quickly to make sure that we can answer any questions immediately off the top. So any questions for you guys, you can turn your microphones on.
And of course, the video is being recorded too. So if you're just wanting another full rerun, you can always go and refer to that as well.
Mm-hmm.
I have a question.
Awesome.
Maria.
Awesome.
The Reels, they stay on the profile forever unless you remove them.
Exactly. Exactly.
You can
Very
hide
simple.
them from the main profile grid, I believe, where they will just be visible on the Reels page. You know how you can swipe between your regular profile and your regular Reels I think there is the option still to remove it from the profile grid if you choose, but I think the default is they will be on both.
Yes, you can hold
Gotcha.
down that image and it will give you the option remove from the profile grid, and that will take it away from that initial feed, but it will keep it within the Reels section.
Gotcha. Okay, perfect. Thanks.
Awesome. Great question, Maria.
Yeah.
Anyone else have anything that they had need a little bit more clarification on, want us to dive into one of these sections and review that, go over? We have, plenty of time to be able to do that and kind of answer any questions related to that.
Can you guys hear me on mine?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. My question is, I noticed the audio options for the Reels, since it's a business profile, aren't the greatest. Do you know
Okay.
if any way we can get around that, or is it just best to just use the TikTok video and then share it to the Instagram Reel?
So Mandy, I'm going to let you kind of dive into that a little bit. I know this is something that we've kind of been discussing, and Natalie and David and Avery, feel free to kind of give your expertise on that. But that's been something that we've had a struggle with audios and different things of that nature. Are we seeing that the creator accounts or the business accounts, is there a variation between which one they should do? I know some of our clients have creator accounts. Kind of explain the background of that.
So I think the main issue with the business accounts is that there's some sort of copyright issue, and that's why the selection is so poor. And so I think the reason that we would usually have clients set up business profiles is because we use third-party scheduling apps in order to post for y'all. So I'm not sure if changing the profile settings to change to a creator account, which can be done easily in the settings of your account. There's like a account type or account status or something like that button where you can choose between a creator, business, personal, etc. I do think, I'm not sure, Haley, if there's a way, are we still able to access, or Natalie, are we still able to post from third-party platforms if they change their accounts to creator?
So no, and generally speaking, I would discourage that because it does limit our ability to link, without going into technical detail, linking your account to different platforms to allow us to schedule content for you. It stops working. There's like a little roadblock when you have a creator account. I think it's to protect accounts that are personal accounts, which a creator account would be. However, I was reading the other day that if you ever see a sound, so Instagram will upload music from the artists, right? So let's say there's a specific Christmas song that someone created, Ariana Grande or whatever. Like if that is uploaded by Ariana Grande, if it says music by Ariana Grande, you're not going to be able to use that because there could be copyright issues with you using that as a business and profiting off of a reel that uses that audio. You see what I'm saying? So that could be an issue. But there is a workaround to this. If you see a song that says original audio, that means someone in the universe took some audio that would have been a copyright audio and used it on their reel. They recorded it some other way and they used it on their reel. That is usable by a business. So the key is you might have to do a little bit more digging to find that sound. But once it says, if it says original audio, you can use that because Instagram does not recognize that as an artist produced song. So that is a workaround. Also, another thing that I have seen is it's kind of a rumor, but it seems to work. If you choose your category in your Instagram profile, and this is not something necessarily you have to mess with, we can try and do it if you're curious. If you change the category of your account to entrepreneur, it seems to unlock all the music for some reason, because then it implies to Instagram that you are not a corporation, rather a person. So those are the two little workarounds I've found. But once again, please don't change your account without
Yeah.
letting us
Yeah.
know first.
Yeah, get with your social media specialist. And that's what I was going to say is that's why it's so important that we do have these monthly meetings so that we can go through these different technical things together on those
Mhm.
meetings. So Maya, awesome question. You know,
I do
when-
want to add, if
Go ahead.
you upload a TikTok that has already been filmed like through TikTok and you download that or it saves automatically to your camera roll, I do think you can upload that to Reels if it
Okay.
already has the sound attached.
Yeah.
Because when you upload a TikTok, it automatically saves to your camera roll. The only thing is it has that little watermark. So I would say if you do, I'm pretty sure you guys do have a TikTok account. Just be sure that you're using that account when you're filming. That way it has the official 303 Smiles attachment when we upload it to Reels. So that's the other thing I was going to say. If it is something where you're like, I cannot find this on Reels, but I really want it, maybe go that route.
Right.
Okay,
Yeah,
awesome. Thank you.
that's true. So there's three kind of things that we can do to get over that objection. And what we're really considering in our next meeting together is, you know, going over some of these different details so that we can make sure that we can really streamline that issue for anyone. When we look at Instagram Reels and the power of what it is, it's so important that we do this. And it takes a little bit more effort to deconstruct it and figure out what works for us and you and together as a team and truly as your marketing partner. But we are here to navigate that together. So if you run into that issue, if you have a hang up, make note of it, send a message to us in Slack, and we can figure out how to navigate that together. And we will do that on our monthly meetings together. You know, I anticipate that after this, you know, training, that'll be a big focus of what we're looking at as we move into the new year, you know, to be able to navigate that together. So does that make sense, Maya?
Yes, it does. Thank you so much.
Absolutely. And if you notice that, you know, any of the things that Natalie kind of hinted on, if you notice that any of those work, feel free to, or maybe that's just easier for you, make a note of that in the Slack Digital Marketing Mastermind thread so that others could maybe check it out too.
Okay, perfect. Will do.
Awesome. Thanks so much. All right. Any other questions? Any other thoughts?
Haley, can you hear me?
Yeah. Yes, ma'am. How are
All
you?
right,
Miss
this is
Maria?
Maria from Illinois, because you had several Marias on there.
That's right. That's right.
I just want to be crystal clear on getting this music off another reel. So
Okay.
when I'm scrolling through, there'll be a little picture down in the corner with the flashing like music things on it. And I click on that. And
Yes,
then if
ma'am.
it says original audio, when what comes up and I say save audio, those are okay to post on my reel.
Yes, if you can see it and it gives you the option to hit save audio, then you can use it. If it
Okay.
doesn't have save audio, am I right on this, guys? If it doesn't have save audio, then you'll just know that
Right.
it's not giving you the option to use it.
I
But
think
exactly.
the main issue with the limited sounds is if you're going and searching for a specific one. I think if
Right,
you can
okay.
see it on your feed, then you should be free to use it. But again, we're always here to troubleshoot if you're running into issues.
Yes.
All right, great, perfect. Thanks so much.
Absolutely. I think the real issue that people are facing is when they are building that right there from inside the app and they're adding audio after, or they're not starting with that saved audio. But great question, Maria.
I would just like to chime in too. So I did change it to entrepreneur and it did unlock all the music to upload. So thank you, Natalie.
Awesome. Good call, Natalie.
I
Thanks.
kind of love that anyway, just because maybe, you know, I really would like to kind of do some A/B testing. I was reading a little bit about that as well as these different categories. Everything is changing on the platform as well in relation to the e-commerce side. So it might be able to show our profiles to different people than if we're inside that health and beauty section.
Yeah, I saw something about these categories being more influential. They were kind of a vanity before, but now they're actually like using these to target more audiences. So that's definitely something to dive deeper into.
Yeah, we will
Yeah,
definitely.
I love the idea of the health and beauty, especially if you're in like cosmetic dentistry or something like that, or orthodontics even. That would be awesome because if it's helping curate your searches.
Right,
And I
absolutely.
do believe you can customize, you can be an entrepreneur And then you can also have like a business title. So like someone I saw had like entrepreneur and then cooking, like you can have like both. I'm pretty
Subcategory.
sure.
Yeah.
Right. Awesome. Great, great thoughts there. Any other questions from you guys? Anything else we would like to cover or clarify? Awesome, awesome, awesome. And this is the thing about what we offer with the relationship we have with you guys, the time that we take to be able to navigate these new things together and dive into this different stuff, is that we are doing this research, we're doing this back end looking, the conversations that we are having every single week on our internal meetings, multiple meetings that we have internally. We are here to see you guys succeed, give you as much support as you could possibly need, give you ideas related to what to do. We have a Instagram Reels master list that we're going to be sharing with you guys. We're going to put it in the Slack thread. So there are a ton of different audios that you guys can choose from that master list, different ideas related to those different Instagram Reels, some trending things that you can do and that would be funny for you to shoot and things like that. Of course, we want to talk about those things on our monthly meetings, but there's a place where you can go in, click those audios, and it'll pull it right up onto your phone so you can save it. So you guys can take a little time navigating that together, with your team members, with the doctor, etc. But that is something that we really want to make sure that you are set up for success in that way. As we close this out, I do want to just mention a couple of things. These are one other little hack that we want to kind of mention. Number one, when it comes to uploading content into the Google Drive, if you really have something that you want us to be aware of within, and you want posted within 24 to 48 hours, if you tag your social media specialist in the comments section on your Google Drive, whether it be an image or a video, it will actually send an email directly to that social media specialist. This is what you call two birds, one stone type of thing. I mean, this is something where you don't have to go in, send a Slack message, send a separate email. You just alert that social media specialist directly from the comment section of the Google Drive. So I'm going to show you a screenshot of what that looks like. Of course, most of the time, we want to get content ahead of time so that we can properly do our due diligence to optimize it, edit it, get it scheduled out for the right day, whatever that may look like for the week or next week. But of course, if you do have something that you want posted in that 24 to 48 hours section, we ask for you to just definitely communicate with us, and so that we can make sure that everything is easy there, and make sure we do what we can to really give it our all in that way. When it comes to leaving a comment or renaming, of course, you always can do that within the Google Drive. We want to get as much background information as possible. And at the end of the day, use your specialist. They're the experts. I mean, I am so proud of the conversations and brainstorming and innovation that happens within our new patient group team. And we have people, David, Natalie, Mandy, Avery, they're the best. They know what they're doing. They've done it in their own businesses and their own personal platforms and presences on social media. They have tested and approved things that work. And they're always researching, they're always looking to the next and greatest thing. So use that social media specialist. If you have a question, send them a message on Slack. If you are feeling at a loss, send them an email, whatever you need to do. And ultimately, they're here to help you. So for an example, this is what we're kind of seeing inside the Google Drive, just to make sure that it's clear. When you rename the photo or the video, that's going to show up in that left-hand corner there. The way that you're going to do that is with those three little dots on the right-hand side. You'll click that and hit rename. We've gone over this. I think everyone's kind of really aware of all this, but the highlighted comment, that's going to be this little bitty circle, this little comment box right here. You will click that and click anywhere on the picture, it doesn't matter. And it will have this comment box pop up. If you hit the @ sign, it'll pull up the emails, but you want to just start typing. If it's Mandy, your social media specialist, you type in Mandy at newpatientgroup.com. We have David, Natalie, very basic. So if you add that @ sign and their email address, it will send them an email directly from here. And you don't have to worry about sending them a Slack message or a follow-up email. This is really just for you guys' ease to, you know, in the moment kind of thing that might be a little bit easier for you to navigate. So I hope that's helpful. You know, we are so, like I said, we are so appreciative of you guys jumping on and working with us here and going over this stuff. Maria, thank you so much. I love working with you. This is so helpful. I'm going to become an IG Reel maniac, and that's exactly what we want to hear. You know, we absolutely love you guys. Like I said, we want to see you guys succeed in the new year. We want to be the, you know, the backup team that has your back. And that really allows you to have these tools and tricks and trades to be able to launch off of that and really see these profiles grow. If we want to succeed, we have to be willing to innovate, try new things, work together. And I'm so happy that we get to do that with you guys. We love you so much. We appreciate you. And if there aren't any other questions that you guys have, we'll wrap it up. But I definitely want to just give a couple minutes here. Are there any other questions or anything else we can answer or kind of go over one more time?
I just wanted to say, I think I can probably speak for the rest of the team, but like each of us that work with our different clients, we feel like we are kind of a part of the practice, because like a win for you guys is a win for us. Like we get excited about this stuff and like we want to be there to help you guys. So don't ever feel like,
Yes.
oh, I don't know if I should ask. Like we get so excited about this type of thing and we want to help you guys succeed. And like all of us are always looking at our clients' profiles and being like, oh, this post is getting good engagement. Like, and we talk about that stuff. We're like nerdy about it. So
oh yeah,
that's all.
absolutely. Absolutely. Any other questions, anything else as we wrap it up? I think we're good. I'm not seeing any chats. Awesome. You guys are awesome. Thank you so much for joining. This is recorded. We're going to put it in a YouTube link and make sure that everyone has that. We'll definitely make sure that all the social media specialists get that out to you guys and you can save that. We may even, you know, put it in a document in your Google Drive folder. There might just be a way to make sure that you can always refer back to this, but we appreciate y'all so much. Maya, thank you. You are so awesome. You guys are also awesome, and really appreciate you guys. So if you have any questions, feel free to follow up, give us a call, send us a Slack message. And yes, Merry Christmas to you guys. Happy holidays.
Yes, happy
And
holidays.
cannot wait to dominate 2022 with you all. And let us know if you need anything at all. Thank you guys so much.
Thank you guys.